Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a quick first impressions of the Berg Blade Slim. So, this is going to be quick because I'm not going to take it apart. Yes, this is my knife. No, I don't have any hesitations taking it apart in the sense that, like, it does void the warranty. I could give two shits about that, and a lot of times so does the company. They just say that so that people don't take it apart willy-nilly that don't know what they're doing. But anyway, it's because this action has just been so good and dialed in that, like, I don't feel the need to take it apart. It's perfectly centered. The blade hasn't been, or the pivot hasn't been walking. Like, it just seems wrong and stupid to take it apart because it is a Wii knife. I've had some finicky Wiis, and I don't know. I just don't want to fuck with it, and that's my reasoning. It's my knife, so I can do whatever I want, right? But just to do a first impressions, because I like to still show you the knife under the camera like this to give you a sense. I really like it, guys. I fell in love instantly with it when I got it, and since then, I still like it, but I'm not, like, as in love with it as I was, just because I'm realizing in this size point, I have a few different knives that I like a lot with opening holes, you know, and, like, so it's not exactly the only knife in this kind of category. Absolutely love this knife, by the way, guys. Oh my god, it's one of my favorites right now. But it has this little bit of detent lash, and guys, it is literally nothing. And it is bothering me to no end. I want to send it back. I want to get another one. Like, I'm fucking nuts. Anyway, I don't even think that's all of them. Like, even this, you know, I can thumb stud. Like, so, I guess I just realized, like, it's not the only knife. And because it's such a beefy-ass boy, it's not as comfortable in pocket as others, you know. So there's some drawback to that, but I still really like it. And as, like, a mini, like, cleaver, it's freaking incredible. It's the only thing I have that's like a cleavery blade. Like, yeah, the F5 is a sheep's foot, similar, but definitely different. Actually, they're really similar. The Evo 2.0 is a little bit similar as well. I don't have that here right now. But I just think it's cool. It's just such a little bruiser. I mean, look how thick this thing is. But it still cuts really well, you know. It is 20 CV steel or M390, I can't remember. Carbon fiber, titanium handles / bolsters, carbon fiber, pivot collars. There's your Berg blades marking. That's it on this knife. The clip is a little bit of a suspect. It's not a problem in pocket, like, carry-wise, because it does stick out, you know, but it's a big, heavy thing, so it doesn't bother me, and I carry it front left because it's a hole for deployment with a good detent. I'll get to that. But it's very wide, which sucks in that pocket, and this clip, for some reason, is a bitch. Like, it's got a lot of tension, a little too much, I would say, right? But that's kind of my only complaint is how chunky it is and the clip going in. The ergonomics on this are exceptionally comfortable. I mean, just the way that the my god, swells here are, I fit perfectly in there. Middle finger in here, ring finger and pinky down here, and then my index finger on this flat right here. And oh goodness, is it good. It is so good. Like, it just feels so freaking comfortable. It's insane. For being this little tiny chunky thing, right? And it is comparable, again, to the F5. Like, it really is. If you look at everything, instead of a choil, we have that flat, right? So on this knife, you're up here and you're comfortable, right? On this knife, you're up here and you're comfortable. It's just, man, ergos are so good. So Berg Blade just did a great job. And looking at it, I was like, oh, it's going to be tiny. It's going to suck, right? But nope. Fantastic. So really like the ergos, the action guys. So I've said this before. I was ready to give up on Wii, guys. I was done. I went through the Aloni Knives Bootron. I went through the Snex Mini Buster. I went through... I can't even think of them all, guys. Like, a lot of knives that were Wii made, and their detents just weren't stacking up, guys. They were always a little light. And this sucker has a hole for deployment and a solid detent. Of course. Like, it's just tuned very well. I mean, it is reminiscent of the F5. Like, they did such a good job with this detent. Like, I have to want to pull this out. Like, even if I take my Slim Midi, right, which I absolutely love, it comes out pretty easy. I can do this very simply and get it out. And I don't know if I said this already, one of my favorite knives. This, you know, you got to kind of pop it out and walk it out. It still works. But, like, what I'm trying to say is the detent is tuned, and it's very well tuned, and I'm very happy that we did that. And then, as a lefty, surprisingly, as long as I don't go up here and try to flick, right, as long as I'm down here with my finger on the clip, it's fantastic. I think I can put a little pressure on that guy and still get it out. Yeah, like down here. But I tend to take it out, have my finger. I use the clip as kind of a spot point, like a placement locating point. So I know that's where my finger is. And then, boom, it just bangs out. Just so good, guys. This Berg Slim is awesome. Looks cool, feels cool. Yeah, the sounds, they're a little lacking. I mean, really muted on that close, and it doesn't really like thwack out like an Evo does or whatever, but it's okay. Not a deal breaker by any means. I just like all the details on it. I think it's a not new, but an interesting design, something different I haven't seen before. And I'm glad I saw this guy on Reddit Knife Swap and just took a shot on it. I paid $290. They were like $360 new, so I think I got a pretty good deal. And they're actually, this is like brand new. The guy had just kept it in the box, but you know, whatever that means. There's no marks or anything. It's fresh edge. Everything's great. So I'm really loving this knife, guys. And I just wanted to give a quick actual look at it under the camera for you. First impressions. And I will be following up with a full review shortly or in a couple of weeks, whatever ends up happening. Absolutely love you all. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.